I did something today that I've wanted to do for quite a while. I finally, for the first time, in person, met my good friend Glen Kellaway from the basement. Find out what we did. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome to Northern Revolutions. I'm Rob. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you're new. As I mentioned in the intro, I finally got to meet Glen Kellaway in person. If you've watched any of my videos, you probably know that Glen Kellaway is a very good friend of mine. We have done the Wednesday night live stream together for the last, almost a year and a half probably. Glen just this week has taken a sabbatical and I'm taken over hosting duties on that, but Glen and I have participated in that together for quite some time and done a few other things. And I consider Glen a very good friend. And I had never met him before in person. He lives 2.5 hours away from me. I'm west of Toronto, he's east of Toronto. And while it's only 2.5 hours, I don't get that way that often. But I had business there this week. So I said to Glen, I'm going to be 30 minutes from your place. You want to get together? And we did. We went to Zap Records in Cobourg, Ontario. It was just great to finally meet Glen. I mean, I feel like I've known him forever. I love when you get to meet some of these other people that you interact with from the vinyl community. I've had the privilege of meeting Chris from Stylist Meets Vinyl and Brian from Embryonic Robot. We've got together the last 2 years when Chris has been in town for a Christmas party. We got together and did record shopping. I did a video both years about that. I have had the great pleasure of hanging out with Mike from MGK Boston. He's come here to Northern Revolution World Headquarters and we shot a video, and then I went to a concert with him and his family here in my hometown, which is also his wife's hometown. Had great fun. We can't wait till we get to do it again this spring when Mike comes back for visit. I've also got the privilege a couple times to hang out with Jeff from Speaker's Corner, which is awesome. Jeff just lives a few minutes down the road, and we went to a record show together. We also went crate digging at a record store and had some lunch. I love those experiences of getting together with friends that I've met virtually, but it's a whole other thing to actually meet them in person, and so much better. So I was thrilled to finally get together with Glen. We went to Zap Records. Zap Records is a fantastic record store. It's a true record store. It is, what record stores used to be, run by a true music fan. Had a ton of stuff. I could have spent a lot more than I did, but I had to be very, very disciplined. So I'm going to show you the things that I picked up today. Watch the videos on Glen's channel. He posted a couple videos about our adventures.
Glen Kellaway from the car. I am waiting for a VC meetup. I am meeting my good friend Rob from Northern Revolutions for the first time. Very excited. He said he'd be here in about 8 minutes, and that was about a minute ago. Oh, Rob's just pulling up now. So this should be fun. Let me see what we can do here. I'm getting out of the car. Hold on. See what happens here. Here he is. Good, man. I was just talking to myself on a video, so. How are you?
Hello, video.
Hey.
Hey.
There we go. We're going into Zap.
We are. So the first thing I picked up, this was actually the only new record that I picked up. The Black Crowes. This is the Southern Harmony and Musical Companion, which I think was I want to say their first record, but I'm probably wrong on that. Came out in '92. I really love the Black Crowes music, but the only other one I have on vinyl is Shake Your Moneymaker, of course. Both absolutely stellar records. I think Shake Your Moneymaker had a few more hits on it, but I think I gotta say this is probably my favorite of the two. Love both of them though. So had been looking for this for a while and just hadn't seen it anywhere. I mean, I knew it was out there because it's a recent repress from just last year. So I knew it was out there. I just hadn't stumbled across it. So picked up this, which my only new vinyl purchase of the day. And then I picked up some used records. Zap had some really great used stuff that is in great condition and really good priced. This was a band actually that Glen turned me on to, that he said, Rob, you've got to listen to these guys. They're absolutely phenomenal. He goes, they're one of my favorites. He goes, I own their entire discography. He goes, I don't talk about them much because I don't want too many people to discover the secret. But I took a gamble on these guys because Glen said they're just one of his absolute favorite bands. And that's ABBA. This is their album called The Album, which came out in '77. Yeah, I mean, apparently Thank You for the Music was a good song. Take a Chance on Me apparently was a good song. Name of the Game was a good song. So, I mean, based on Glen's recommendation, I bought this, and it's pretty good. So if you've never heard of this little band called ABBA, take it from Glen and check them out. The next one I bought was also ABBA, The Visitors. This is a later album from '81. I don't think The Visitors is one of their better albums. Don't think there's any enormous songs in here. Slipping Through My Fingers, One of Us, When All Is Said and Done. I like ABBA. They make the perfect pop songs as far as I'm concerned. Nothing wrong with that. And the next one that I picked up, Mazzy's favorite wanker, Eric Clapton. This is Journeyman from '89. I think I had this on CD back in the day. This has Running on Faith, Before You Accuse Me. I actually don't remember a lot about this record, but I do remember owning it, back in the '90s. So I don't talk about Clapton a lot. I enjoy his music. I think he's an asshat, but I do enjoy his music. It's one of those instances where I kind of have to separate the artist from the music. So for $8 or whatever this was, I'm glad to have it. And then the last one I picked up was another Clapton album. EC Was Here. I don't know much about it other than to know that it's a live album, and I like live albums, and he's done some great live stuff before. So I don't know whether it's any good or not, but for the price, why not? I could have spent a lot more at Zap Records. There was a lot of new vinyl that I wanted to buy, but I've really been kind of scaling back on the new vinyl because, at $40, $50 a record, it gets expensive pretty quickly. So I'm trying to stay with the used vinyl. So there was a lot more I could have bought, but didn't. Glen took care of making Zap sales for the day, so he did pretty good himself. So I had an absolute blast, and then Glen and I went for lunch. And despite what he tells you in his video, I did pay the bill. So, which means he owes me next time. So there you go. But anyway, I had great fun. Check out the videos on Glen's channel. Just a short and sweet one today. But I just love whenever I get together with these other people that I've come to know and come to consider friends through YouTube that I communicate with offline, but rarely get to see them in person. So it was a hell of a lot of fun. So that's everything for me today, everybody. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the flip side. Bye.